and get into this crazy fucking story here. Okay, make sure you guys are coming into the video. You are indeed liking up the video, letting YouTube know that we are here, we are live, you guys are enjoying the content, and I'm sure a lot of people did not get the notifications, so that definitely will help me out as well. I want to talk about this crazy, like, girl, what the fuck. Okay, so this story is about a 12-year-old girl that was spending the night at her grandmother's house, from my understanding, with her a little cousin who happened to be 8 years old. Now, they got into it over a iPhone, and at some point during the night, I guess when they were supposed to be sleeping, instead of the 12-year-old taking the time to actually rest, get some sleep, get over it, she decided to take matters into her own hands and suffocate her little cousin. I believe she used the pillow, she used cover to suffocate this baby. Girl. And then once the baby showed to not have life in her body, she decided to reposition her and adjust the scene to make it look as though the little girl was sleeping. Now, I don't know if the 12-year-old slept in this room the entire time while this baby was just laying there deceased. But I think the grandma got up the next morning and she went in the room, and that's when she saw what happened to the baby. Well, she saw that the baby wasn't breathing or whatever. And so 12-year-old, being as dumb as she was, I guess she didn't realize there was a camera in the room. I guess they had a camera to watch them or whatever, and they looked on the cameras, and that's how they found out what happened. I believe the conversation now is them considering trying this 12-year-old as an adult, from my understanding. And I just feel so many ways about it. And although this is a 12-year-old, I'll be honest to say that I don't have much sympathy because of how you actually went about cleaning up the scene for me. How you went about, it was the aftermath of what you did. And then when you reflect, I don't know the time that they got into it with the whole, iPhone situation, but if you look at, like, how long did you sit with that? How long did you sit with that, knowing that, okay, we just got into it at 7 o'clock, or I'll even say maybe 3 o'clock. Maybe you're still upset about it. Y'all went to bed at 8. That was a lot of time for you to cool off. I'm not sure the particulars. Maybe it could have been within an hour. But for you to intentionally get off whatever bunk, if you were in the top, well, assume you're probably in the top bunk, come down to the bottom bunk, and then just to unalive this baby, like, it was you moved with an intent. And that's crazy. So I can't say that I feel 100% sorry for the 12-year-old. I feel sorry for that family, though, because chances are for these two cousins, their parents were siblings in some fashion, whether it was brother, sister, sister, I don't know. But that has got to be a lot to deal with within the family. I do want to get into a news story, so let us hop over here so that we could check out. We're going to get into two different ones, so let's just check this one out.
A small community in West Tennessee is reeling after a homicide involving children. One 12-year-old is accused of killing her 8-year-old cousin. Tonight, family and friends held a vigil for that victim in Nashville. Reporter Joyce Peterson shares what we know about that case tonight.
A 12-year-old girl being accused of murdering her 8-year-old cousin is a stunning crime in any community. But here in the small town of Humboldt, Tennessee, population 7,800, they're coming together to help this family. Pastors have been visiting the house. Neighbors are checking on them because this family is truly in shock.
No words can describe it. It's unimaginable.
Frederick Agee, district attorney in the 28th Judicial District, says the 8-year-old was found unresponsive in her bed in this house on East Mitchell Monday. Wednesday, a tipster said surveillance video from the bedroom revealed what happened. So you've seen the video?
Unfortunately, I have.
What does the video show?
It shows the 12-year-old with her full body weight taking bedding, and it appears to be that the 8-year-old is asleep. She takes the bedding and she covers the 8-year-old's face.
Did the 8-year-old wake up? Did she struggle at any point?
Yes, ma'am. There is a part in the video where we see her struggling.
A memorial for 8-year-old Demiria sits out front of her grandmother's house where the crime occurred. She was visiting from Nashville, her 12-year-old cousin visiting from South Carolina. Their grandmother says the two were inseparable. The evidence, says DA Agee, points to first-degree murder and tampering with evidence.
There is video where the 12-year-old goes and gets tissues and comes in and appears to be trying to clean the 8-year-old's body, face, and also moves the child, the 8-year-old, to appear that she was underneath the covers.
The memorial for Demiria keeps growing. Balloons in her favorite colors, her beloved stuffed animals, and the nail polish she adored. The family and police struggling to figure out the motive.
We'd ask your viewers to obviously pray for the family and also pray for our police officers and our investigators. This is really intense, and it's just not something that happens around here.
Child, terrible, terrible.
In Operation Crime and Justice, police in Humboldt, Tennessee, in the western part of the state, investigating the murder of an 8-year-old child. Officers say the girl's 12-year-old cousin smothered her while she slept earlier this week, then repositioned her. Police telling us the victim is from the Nashville area. Both children were in Humboldt, staying with family. Joining us now is District Attorney General Frederick Agee. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I understand that you all want to try this 12-year-old as an adult?
Yes, ma'am. Under Tennessee law, currently a child that is in the juvenile justice system would, at 19 years old, the juvenile court no longer has authority. In this particular case, it's the violent nature of it, the heinousness of it. We feel like it fits not only a first-degree murder, but also something that we should ask the court to transfer to circuit court. It gives us much more options when it comes to sentencing. You know, this child, if they are released at 19 years old, if they are found guilty, obviously there's a presumption of innocence in this country, whether that's in juvenile court or in our circuit or criminal trial courts. If this child were to be found guilty as a juvenile, at age 19, they walk free.
And I understand there is security video of this murder. Do you believe there's enough there?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Our office received a tip yesterday that there was security video. The investigators with the Humboldt Police Department and our investigator went and obtained the video. The investigators, one of the assistant DAs in our office, myself, and the Humboldt Police Chief, we watched the video, and there is corroboration for first-degree murder as well as tampering with evidence. It's one of the most disturbing things, if not the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. I would like to say one other thing. Would you please keep our law enforcement and the victim's family in your thoughts and prayers? This is not something that happens in Gibson, Crockett, or Haywood County, and typically this is not something that happens in the state of Tennessee. I don't wish this upon anybody. I certainly hope that it never happens again, but it's happened, and we've got to prosecute it professionally, and our office will do everything we can to protect the community. And if there's an opportunity to rehabilitate the child delinquent, we will.
You know, it's one of those cases that certainly keep you up at night. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, girl. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this young baby being tried as an adult. Listen, y'all, I don't disagree, because my question is, what else did you used to do? Are you the type of kid that probably was over there also like killing animals and shit, tampering with stuff? Like, have you been a problem child before? Because typically when kids are upset over toys or phones and another adult may say, give it back to her, or give it back to him, or sit down, or you'll get it in a minute, they had it first, or whatever. Or you had it enough, so pass it over here to this one. Typically they just rock out. Like, it's just like, all right, yeah, like, it's cool, like, whatever, I don't care, whatever, I'm gonna go get something else, you know, something else that you may be interested in. Since you ain't playing with it, I'm gonna go grab that. Or they may just do something, you know, but what they not gonna do typically is go and take the life of their cousin. Now they may like get into a little, little fight, little kicking match, little, push and shove and little whatever. But they never think to like literally go with all their might and suffocate their cousin. That's just not some normal that happens. And then to know what it is that you did and then you go and you cover it up. I didn't even know she went and got paper to wipe the girl's face. To not show that, like, how the fuck, like, listen, I can imagine how the siblings or the family members are feeling. Do you hear me? The grandmama, to know that this happened in her damn house. And she probably was somewhere asleep thinking these kids is knocked out or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? To know, like, girl, and then to be a mama to drop your child off thinking that she just gonna have a good time or whatever at grandma's house. She seen her cousins in town, whatever, whoop de whoop. Only to find out that that baby didn't. How the hell do you move forward in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Because I am sure the mom may blame the parents of that little girl. And especially if the little girl may have shown some type of behavior in the past where she's shown her, and y'all never tried to, y'all never got her to help, that y'all should have been got her or something. You know what I'm saying? And you done sat up here and girl, listen. Now I did see a clip over on, let me see if I got it. I did see a clip over on TikTok, and it was like a brief clip of the mother. It appeared to be in the courts, and I think the mother of the baby that died was like yelling, like screaming, like, you killed my baby or whatnot. It was just so sad, y'all. I'm like, what the hell? Now I don't know the full video, but this is what I did come across. Okay. 8-year-old dies after 12-year-old. Okay, so they said, is there anything about the mom? Okay, they said mother looks like her heart is breaking.
A 12-year-old girl unalive to her 8-year-old cousin after they got into a fight over an iPhone. I mean, this is heartbreaking. Now, this happened at night when they were supposed to be sleeping at their grandmother's house. They were sleeping in the same room in a bunk bed, and she used blankets, covers, and sheets to unalive her 8-year-old cousin. This little girl's name is Demaria, and this horrifying act was all caught on surveillance video inside of the home where you can see her 12-year-old cousin take her life and then clean up afterwards and reposition her body to make it look like she was still sleeping so that she didn't get hot. And the next morning, when the grandma realized what had happened, she looked at surveillance video, and that's when she saw the 12-year-old using pillows, blankets, comforters, whatever she could find to effecate her 8-year-old cousin. And all of this happened over an iPhone. That 12-year-old girl was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and is being held in a juvenile detention facility. But the DA is asking them to charge her as an adult. Rest in peace to this beautiful soul. And as
That's crazy work. Crazy work. Right. It's the cleanup and repositioning her body that showed that she knew exactly what she was doing. Girl, you're done. You done, little mama. You done. And this is something that I can't say that you've done before to another human, but you definitely have tortured something, animals or something. You feel me? This is not some behavior that just popped up all of a sudden. I feel like there were signs that led up to this, and here we are. So, because how is that your natural reaction that you don't get your way, so you decided to take somebody's life? Are you okay? You're not, my love. You're not, baby. You're not. You're not. So, rest in peace to Demaria, and good luck to her parents. That's gonna have to, well, not Demaria's parents, but the other girl's parents. That's gonna have to deal with the fact that you sent your daughter down to Tennessee from South Carolina, and she ain't coming back home, and now y'all got a case on y'all hands, and now y'all have to process the fact that your niece, if that was your niece or your cousin, is gone. Not possibly, but the baby's gone, and your child had everything to do with it because she died by her hands. That has to be a lot to deal with. Good luck. And it's so crazy, y'all, because you just can't, god damn, your kids can't go nowhere. Okay, you just got to be careful wherever you send them, because now this right here finna send a lot of people anxiety up. They finna like think about all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, if my child go over there, is somebody gonna try and touch on my child or do this or that? Or is somebody they gonna try and unalive my child? Because you be sending them over to people's houses, thinking that you know they're people that you can trust, right? And then you come back and you find some other shit out. Like, I hate that, but it's so sad, y'all. It's so sad.